All right, I had to get back on here because I wanted to include this story in my last conversation, but I knew it'd get too long. So those of you who want to watch this video and hear a story about a cat, stay tuned. But here's the thing, I was talking about stress, and I was listening to another friend talk about stress and the fight or flight response, which we talk about all the time in here, is the fight or flight response and what happens to it, or they call the fight, flight, or freeze response. What happens? Somebody is super stressed. There is a reaction to a stressor in your life, and it can come in many forms. So this one's going to be about a cat. And all of a sudden you got the fight, flight, or freeze response, and all the blood comes rushing out of organs and glands, into your muscles, into your legs. Your heart rate rises, the temperature rises, your breathing gets shallowed, all of your senses start to get risen up, so you get these pupils that dilate so you can see what's going on. Where's your threat? Your hearing increases, the touch increases so you can literally run or flee, and the information in your brain gets shunted from the front of your brain, where you've got nice, rational, organized, creative thought, to the hindbrain, where there's reactive and impulsive thought. So when I was listening to someone talk about this, talk about being like literally chased by a bear, and they said, if I was being chased by a bear, and I know I've used this example before, does my body care if I ate a cheeseburger and it needs to be digested? Absolutely not. I'm about to be somebody's cheeseburger, right? Like, it doesn't care. Remember, the blood got shunted from the vital organs out to the extremities. Does your body care if there is a cold virus you're trying to fight off? Absolutely not. Your immune system, your digestive tract are two very complex, highly organized, require a lot of energy systems that are depressed when you're in a state of fight or flight. And I had this example that I thought about. I went all the way back to 3rd grade when I had this cat, and my mom and sister and family are gonna love this story. I had this cat that I love so much. I'm gonna spare you the details on losing another cat traumatically, but I was willing to hang onto this cat and do anything. And what this cat used to do was pounce out at people, and like you'd be walking by and he would come out like bite your calves and your ankles, or just like attack your face. I remember specifically like watching Saved by the Bell, for you those of you in this era with me, and just like attacking my ponytail. Well, I loved this cat so much that I was willing to do anything to keep him. But my poor little sister, who had curly hair, she was getting the brunt of the cat attacks, and she was little. She's quite a bit younger than I am, 7 or 8 years younger than I am, and she was getting the brunt of these cat attacks. So here's this fight or flight, this stressor that doesn't leave the home and continues to attack somebody. Now, of course, I'm using this as a cat example, but a lot of us live with a stressor that doesn't leave our home, and some people are unwilling to allow it to leave our home for whatever comforting reason we have. And we started to think that she was allergic to this cat, the way she was reacting to this cat. Well, can you imagine living in a house, and now I feel bad, sorry, Ange, when you're little and you have to look out for your dear life because there's a cat that's gonna pounce out at you at any given moment and attack you. Well, her body and her immune system were starting to react to that. She was living in a state of fight or flight with this cat always there. And here's the thing that's like honestly not funny at all, is the people that have the cat, the stressor, that doesn't leave. Sometimes it's our own kid where you're like, I don't know when this kid's gonna attack. I don't know what's gonna trip his trigger. I don't know when he's gonna lose his mind, when he can't handle whatever's going on, and I'm the one taking all of the stress on. I'm the one riding the stress wave with this child as it goes up and down. So, long story short, we need to start to address the causes of the stress. For this cat, we had a fantastic solution. We put the cat outside. He came from the neighbor's garage, and that's how I rescued this cat. We put him back into the environment where he belonged. And this cat, I gotta tell you what, he's hunted squirrels and mice and rats and rabbits, killed an entire rabbit family, brought the heads and laid them on our porch. This cat was the kindest, gentlest cat to us. He no longer attacked us, but he was put out into the environment that he belonged in, which was outside chasing animals and hunting. That's what his mom had done. That's what his DNA was. And we talk about this all the time. Doesn't matter, you're a cat or you're a human, you're going to get your mother's nervous system. If they're stressed and anxious and angry, or maybe they're exercising and they're healthy and they're vibrant, you're going to get that nervous nervous system, whatever happens. And this cat, man, he had a killer instinct, but he was a stressor in our home. So if you've got a stressor in your home, if you can relate to the fight or flight response, continue watching our videos or come tonight to hear more about the perfect storm. And the cat's name was Abby, and he lived a great life for like 17 years outside where he belonged. And I do believe a lot of our kids belong outside, moving our bodies. And you're going to find out more about environmental stress and our perfect storm tonight.